filled with soaring skyscrapers and 7.3 million people. Hong Kong is hot, humid, and rich with culture. This is Chinu, Jasmine, and my name is Ricky, and we suggest that Greater Western Sydney should collaborate, not imitate. For 2 weeks, 9 students embarked on a journey that was educating, inspiring, and fun. We visited an array of startups, incubators, and co-working spaces across the Hong Kong region, and adopted characteristics that could be implemented within the Greater Western Sydney startup ecosystem. From our analysis obtained through the visitations and presentations of 14 innovative organizations, we observed that most startups were situated in Hong Kong because of the region itself. The population density, tax benefits, and ease of access to the China market were some of the key reasons why startups were created in Hong Kong. For example, Brink was an accelerator that began development in Hong Kong because it was the optimal region that provided access to other Asian markets such as China. Whereas the startup Sleep aimed to address issues arising with the limitations of space and density in the region.
Greater Western Sydney is not faced with the same challenges as Hong Kong, so it is not viable for us to imitate the Hong Kong startup environment. The land area and population density alone demonstrates the vast differences between the two regions. Even though Greater Western Sydney only has a population of 2 million, its land size is over 3 times larger than Hong Kong. Not only that, the population density as at 2016 stood at 6,690 persons per square kilometre in Hong Kong, while in Greater Western Sydney, this number was only 256 persons per square kilometre. This key difference alone demonstrates why Greater Western Sydney should not imitate the Hong Kong startup ecosystem. Instead, there needs to be more collaboration to bring together startups and investors spread across the large region. The managing director of Meta, a co-working club in Hong Kong, speaks of the importance of collaboration in a startup environment.
You really have 2 different ways. One is sort of, I have the right community, and just having a space here allows someone to reach out because you're part of the community. Or you might have some structured way which is more content-driven or topic-driven. You never say that this is the focused area that we're looking at, and anything that doesn't fit into this focus area is therefore not applicable. The amount of insight that you get from asking people what they think about broadly a topic opens your eyes up to new and improved ways of doing something. And to answer your question in a short way, you can't innovate if you don't look, and you don't open yourself up to new ideas. And that's part of the collaboration. If I were to say we've got a selected community and we only really care about these sort of things, then your collaboration is going to be very myopic and it's going to be very internal, and you won't get that innovation, which is most of what we're trying to do at Meta at the beginning. We are a community first that happens to have the space, and the space enables that community to have that collaboration. The spirit needs to be there, and the space comes second. But in order to get people collaborating together, you need to bring them together, either around a purpose or a vision or a theme or a technology. And in our case, that's all about innovation. But also, as still these days, something still quite important is that offline element, that physical location, to speak to someone face to face, instead of just being online. That said, we are moving to an online platform as well, because as we said, a physical space is nice, but it's also a limitation. I think fit only 200 people at any one time here. We want many more members to be able to collaborate with the people in the space and as well outside of that as well. I think it works better. I think it's that one place that everyone can go to. Instead of having meetings in different locations, everyone can go to that single location and to meet together and collaborate and collect. A high-density environment like Hong Kong is efficient because you're able to do a lot of things at any one time. And so we still add to that, but that value add is even more so in a low-density environment. You need that more.
Greater Western Sydney is a sparse region with a young startup and incubator community, with currently only one co-working space in Penrith. It requires a hub that brings together a diverse range of individuals to bring forth a collaborative effort in order to move Greater Western Sydney through its growth phase. To achieve this, physical spaces are necessary to facilitate collaboration such as Meta, The Hive and Playground in Hong Kong, which allows for opportunities to organise community fairs and events to showcase innovative ideas and startups within their incubation program. It allows the opportunity to invite venture capitalist firms and other financial institutions that may be willing to invest into the Greater Western Sydney region. In these events, new startups have the ability to introduce themselves and their products or services to professional investors. Following these recommendations, the Greater Western Sydney region can improve its startup ecosystem and become more competitive with international regions such as Hong Kong, where the startup ecosystem is more culturally developed.